right, good morning everyone. Okay, today we're going to talk about peppermint oil. I feel like I need this oil today because it's incredible. It helps you to get a deep breath. If you're feeling stressed, if you're overwhelmed, often we just need to take a deep breath and just let it go, right? Just calm down. So we've had a little bit of a hectic morning. So this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna take your lid off your peppermint, your little dram, tap it on the bottom, get a couple drops. Those are like tiny little drops that come out of there. A couple drops in your hands, rub your hands together, and cup over your mouth and nose. You might want to close your eyes first, but take a few deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. You can feel like it cooling your nostrils, the whole respiratory tract, all down your throat. It's super cool. So see if you can take a deeper breath when you're it's just so good. So take a few deep breaths. And then anywhere you have any soreness, maybe tension on your body, you're going to, or maybe you're hot, apply your oil to that area. So I love the back of the neck, maybe like shoulder blades, shoulders, peppermint, okay? What doesn't this oil do? Along the same lines as lavender, right? Lavender is the Swiss Army knife of oils. Peppermint is right up alongside there with so many uses. Okay. So let's talk about peppermint first, then we'll get into the 3 ways we use these oils and a little bit of safety. Okay, so peppermint, what did we do there? Respiratory system, right? Clears the breathing. It's amazing for energizing. You'll notice like that awakened your senses, right? So a really awesome thing to do first thing in the morning is to throw peppermint and wild orange in your diffuser, right? That's a really awesome, it's like a wake up and go blend. You can also put a drop of each in your hands and do it like that, like we did with just the peppermint. 1 second. Okay, come up here. Okay, so other ways to use, things to use peppermint for, like I said, super energizing. So when we're breathing it in, it's great for waking up the senses. When we applied it topically, it's great for cooling down the body. It supports your body's natural cooling response. It's amazing. In the summertime, I make like a cool down spray with this peppermint and a little bit of lavender for my kids. And it's fantastic. Just peppermint, lavender, and distilled water. And just give it a shake before you use it every time. It's incredible. Okay, sit down, please. Here I am dressing my child at the same time. Okay, so cool down, it's amazing if you're going through any sort of hot flashes. This is awesome to use right in the moment. You put a drop in your hands, do the breathing, put it right on your lower back or even the back of your neck or wherever you need to, as often as you need to. Okay. Other ways to use peppermint, digestive issues, right? You've probably heard of that one before. This one is ingestible, which we'll talk about in a second. So you can actually put a drop in your water and take it like that if you want to. You can make peppermint tea with this. You can apply it topically for digestive issues. There's literally so many uses for peppermint. I'll say one more. Peppermint is great for deterring spiders, ants, mice, things like that. So you can make a little spray, spray it around your home in specific areas. It's awesome. Okay. So that's a little bit about peppermint. If you use peppermint and you're watching this on the replay, live, comment below. Let us know how you use peppermint oil. Okay, so let's talk about the 3 ways you use these oils. First one is aromatically. That's when we are breathing it in, cupping our hands over our mouth and nose. The first way you use these oils is aromatically. So please be quiet. The fastest way to experience an essential oil is by breathing it in, right? They are extremely volatile. They are aromatic compounds that as soon as you take the lid off, they're evaporating into the air, right? You can like smell it as soon as you take the lid off. So when we're breathing it in, it's directly binding to little receptors and being carried to the limbic brain, which is, a quick Google search, limbic brain is amazing. It's where a lot of our, thoughts, memories, hunger, thirst, hormones, mood, you name it, is like determined or like held in that space of the brain. So it's really cool that we can shift our emotions instantly by just smelling an aromatic compound like that. It's so cool. So aromatically, Can affect the respiratory system, right? Diffusing is also another great way to use your oils aromatically. I have the diffuser on all the time, and I get to choose how we want to feel, more or less, right? I have 2 small children, and more or less we can choose like how we want the tone of our day to feel. Okay, so I choose something grounding, uplifting, something immune supportive, things like that. Okay, so diffusing gets the oils into the air and benefits everybody around who is in that area. Okay. Okay, second way we use these oils is topically. So like we did topically on the back of our neck, or when you do for a sore muscle, or even, please be quiet, a sore tummy, you can put it right on your belly. You can use these oils topically. So I will say, it's a little bit about safety. There are 3 places you never want to put your oils. Directly in your eyes, directly up your nose, and directly in your ear. Like you don't want to ever drip a drop of oil right in your ear, okay? The reason being is there's super sensitive membranes in there. We don't want to hurt those, okay? So instead, you want to always dilute on super sensitive skin types, super old, super elderly, pregnant, you might want to dilute a little bit, and always on children. Okay, other than that, did you notice I didn't dilute with that peppermint? So you don't always need to dilute with these oils because they are pure essential oils, right? Have you ever bought an oil from a shop and it says not for topical use, aromatic use only? My friend, that is not essential oil. That is a synthetic, it's a synthetic thing made in a lab that has nothing to do with plants. Okay, it's about the therapeutic benefit equivalent as a scented candle. Okay, so topically, places to apply. I love pulse points here, forearms, bottoms of feet for overall support. It's pretty intuitive. The only thing you have to be mindful of when using your oils topically is that citrus oils are sun sensitive, meaning they could cause a reaction and a burn with the sun. They're photosensitive. Okay, so we never want to apply our wild orange over here before heading out into the sun. Okay, we'll talk about that more on the wild orange day, but that's a kind of like a gist. Okay, so the gist of it. Okay, the third way we use these oils is we can use these oils internally. Right? So not all of them are internal usage. Mainly it's like if we eat the plant normally, like peppermint or we eat oranges or things like that, we can more or less ingest the oil. Okay, so when you get your bottles, like it says on the side, it says if you can ingest it or not. Rule of thumb is that's generally, right? So for example, we don't eat cedar trees, so we don't ingest cedar oil, okay? That's a little bit of like, that's the kind of baseline. So some oils taste amazing. You'll notice that the peppermint, if you put a little, dab your finger on the top and press it to your tongue, it tastes so strong, right? 1 drop of peppermint is about 30 cups of your peppermint tea. Okay, so that's massive. 30 cups of your strongest tea bag is 1 drop of this peppermint oil. So super, super potent. Can you wait for a second, please? Okay, almost done. Thank you. Here, you hold these, okay? We've got 2 little jewels here for you. Okay, so when we're using our oils internally, like I said, some of them taste amazing. Peppermint tea, what you would do with your peppermint is you would take maybe a little tiny dab on a spoon, stir it into your mug of hot water, and use honey or something as an emulsifier to break the surface layer of the water. Okay, this is an amazing peppermint tea. Yeah, go sit down, please. And then citrus oils are amazing in water. So your wild orange that you have, you can go ahead and try it today if you want to. Take a glass or metal drinking container. You never want to use plastic when ingesting oils because they break down petrochemicals. Okay, they're breaking down plastics. If you're ingesting the oil in your glass, it's just gently detoxing those like buildup and those plastics through your body. Totally amazing, right? But if we're drinking out of a plastic container, we're then ingesting more plastic, and that's not what we want to do. So stay away from plastic, which we should be doing anyway because plastic's kind of a little bit scary. But anyway, what you're going to do on the wild orange day is we'll put it in our water. But you're welcome to try it today. Just 1 to 2 drops of your citrus oil in your glass of water, and it's amazing. It tastes phenomenal. Okay, so some of them taste great. The oils, some of them taste horrible, right? If you're familiar with oil of oregano to support your immune system, oil of oregano is just that, right? It is like, most of them, if not all, are 80% olive oil. That's why you can put a drop underneath your tongue. Read your label, it says right on there, there's a carrier in there. Okay, so doTERRA's oregano is hotter than hot, right? This is an oil that I use to burn like a planter's wart off my foot with, okay? So it's a hot oil. So in that case, I use veggie capsules. Hold on a second, I'm gonna see if my veggie caps are here. Yeah. Okay, just because it's easier to see a little bit of a visual of what actually a veggie capsule is. So here, first of all, you can buy them through doTERRA. There's like 180 of them for $5 or something, or probably through a pharmacy. Just make sure you're getting ones that aren't plastic, obviously, and these are vegetable. So what it is you take the lid off, put your oils in there, close it back up, click it shut, and take it like that. Pretty sweet, right? So you don't have to get that taste of like horrible hot oregano. Okay, so on the topic of internal usage, there is one blend that I live by. It's called the Flu Bomb. So it's frankincense, lemon, On Guard, oregano, and tea tree. This, you guys, what I do is I take a veggie capsule. If I ever am feeling like I'm getting that foggy head, like a pre-cold coming on, I take 1 drop of each of those oils and I put it in my veggie capsule and take it every 3 to 4 hours with food. Okay, so this is your first defense. I want to say maybe like second defense, okay? Because your first defense is your On Guard oil. That's your protective blend. Here you go. You can hold those, okay? Stay there. Here we go. I'm just gonna grab them all. Tea tree and oregano. Okay, so your first defense is using your On Guard daily, preventatively. This is your protective blend. It's a great support for your immune system. Okay, when I say support like that, if you, I come across people sometimes that have autoimmune stuff going on and they're like, oh, I can't boost my immune system because it's actually attacking my body. On Guard will actually assist the body in bringing balance back to that. Okay, so it's not like it's going to, further enhance your immune system to attack or whatever, the things like that, but it's actually, the oils are very balancing, right? They're trying to bring the body back to balance always, okay? So that Flu Bomb is our, what I was saying, first defense is using On Guard all the time preventatively, but if I am feeling like I might be getting sick, then that's when I up it to the Flu Bomb in the capsule or a roller, okay? And then that is it's like a second defense, but it's still a first defense before I go and reach for an over-the-counter, like a whatever. It's even like any sort of medication, right? Okay, I'm not saying don't go to the doctor. Obviously, use your own instincts and things like that, and be smart about this. But it's really cool how we can have these tools in our home to support our body's natural response, right? So I'm not saying taking that Flu Bomb is gonna just all of a sudden you're not sick anymore. If you catch it at the right time, totally happens to me all the time. When I'm like feeling that I might be getting sick, take a Flu Bomb capsule and do that a couple times throughout the day, more times than not, if not all the time. It kicks it, okay? So it supports my body in fighting that off, okay? That's a really big one to understand, is these are not driving a forced approach, right? They're really working with the body and have a modulating effect on the body. Okay, I think that's what I wanted to cover. Yes, okay, that's what it was. It's actually it lessens the symptoms and the duration of your illness if you're already sick, immensely. That's what I find, okay? Okay, so let's recap. Aromatic, topical, internal use. Don't put oils in your eyes, ears, or nose. If you get a hot oil on you or an oil in your eyes, our instinct is to go jump in the shower and wash it off or flush your eyes with water. Don't do that. Hard no. You get a carrier oil. Any carrier oil you have in your house, olive oil, coconut oil, whatever it is. I love fractionated. I always have a liquid coconut oil around, just in case you get it on your skin. That's also what I love to dilute with, okay? That's also something I didn't mention, is you can actually dilute with any oil you choose. I love a liquid coconut oil. 1 second, okay? So if you get it in your eyes, you're gonna flush it with a carrier oil and wipe it away with a dry cloth. Water and oil do not mix. Just a little tip. and the water will draw it in deeper, and it's not what you want. Okay, so hopefully that was helpful. It was a little bit longer than I wanted for sure, and a little bit overwhelming with her. 1 second, sweet girl. But I will post later today, and if you have friends that want to get in on this education, it's totally an open group. People can join at no cost. They won't have those samples, but that's okay. They can still learn along with us. Okay, you guys have an awesome day, and I will see you again tomorrow at the same time on live. Bye.